guys, here we are again down the beach. I'm going to head down towards Kuta today, just a little bit. I'm not going on really long walks at the moment, just chilling out a bit. But yeah, I was just noticing I hadn't seen this machine before. Obviously the tide brings a bit of junk up and you can see sort of a line of it there. So they've got this little rubbish pickup, sifts through the sand and helps helps clean the beach. But that's the first time I've seen it. I'm sure it's been around forever, but and we've got a little, don't know what, oh, that'd be fireworks. So that must be, apparently you can buy them somewhere. And yeah, we see fireworks going off along the beach all the time at night. So there was someone definitely letting a lot off here. So they've left their rubbish on the beach too, so that's not too good. So if you do fireworks, maybe way after it's finished, it's cooled down, you can go and chuck it in the bin. Don't do it too early, but because you might hurt yourself. All right, so here we are heading down to down Legion Beach. All of this area, it's where old some people might watch Uncle Chan. He's got his place up along this beach somewhere and he does daily vlogs. So if you're on your way to Bali, sometimes good if you can get the current situation, as they say. So because he lives here all the time, and he'll actually travel over to Sanur and all other places around Bali, but probably the main area that he does regularly is around this area because he's got his little beach bar there called Uncle Chan. Okay guys, so now we've headed inland a little bit. Pretty much got Kuta all that way and Legion this way. We're going to head down a little joint they called Garlic Lane, or in that vicinity anyway. Yep, they've got Garlic Lane Cafe, so I'm assuming this is it here. If not, it's up around this area somewhere. So I don't know why it's so well known. I think it's just got some good shopping and some good little restaurants. So we'll go and have a little bit of a look anyway. Garlic Lane, Legion. Now we're about 7:30 in the morning, so we're you know, it's just not busy at the moment, but these little streets down here are really popular and it will get extremely busy later on. In general, Bali at the moment, it's known to be not so busy at the moment. You know, it's still in that wet season. We've just luckily come out of it. We've had good weather here for the last week, so but if you had to come the month before or 2 weeks before that, it was basically flooded and the beaches were in a bad way. So we've got a bit lucky that we're at the shoulder and the weather's come good and still not too many people. But even saying that, if you're in Legion and that, there's always a lot of people, I think anyway. And it's yeah, you know, yesterday coming through, say driving around to Uluwatu, it's pretty full on. Yeah, it took us hour and a quarter to get back from Uluwatu, so but yeah, anyway, Garlic Lane. Really cool little scooters around here, just to give you a look at a few of the different ones. And they seem to be getting bigger and bigger, you know, these ones over here. So, hello. Heading down surf. So yeah, and if you go on a scooter, grab yourself a Jeep. And probably, to give you an idea of rate, it's 10,000 to $1 Australian. So I always just think about it. $100 is $100 Australian is 1 million Indonesian rupee. So there you go. Anyway, this trip so far, we got a couple of days left, but it's been pretty good. It's been different for me. I haven't been full on into the vlogging. Been doing a bit and just chilling, and probably not really here to do filming, but you know, I thought I'll get a bit, which I have. So if I seem a little bit more chilled, that might be good, that might be bad, I don't know.
Morning.
So another place I've heard about a bit called the Y Bar. It's a sports bar here, and meant to be fairly popular. So if you want to come and watch the footy and whatnot, you can get it all here at the Y Bar. Why not? Place I haven't seen here called the Aussie Bakehouse. So if you want to get some meat pies, things like that, you go in there, get yourself a good Aussie meat pie, roast chicken. Bloody oath, mate. So I think officially we're off Garlic Lane now, but sort of walking parallel with the beach. The beach would be that way, probably, I don't know, 500 meters. So 3 Brothers Inn, I've heard about that for years. Yeah, so, but all of these little lanes have got great little restaurants and places to stay, so I'm just going to keep walking sort of parallel. It's not a straight road as sense. You got to sort of duck and weave a little bit around, and I think there might be a few dead ends and that, so it might be worth checking on your maps, or just don't worry about maps, get lost and you'll find your way through eventually. It'll take us through to the main 66 road, which is basically where I am staying. So so yeah. And probably another thing, if I'm a bit flat, probably since the first day I got here, I sort of copped a bit of a little bit of sickness in the tummy. So I've probably been pushing through really the last week, but it sort of hasn't been enough to stop me, but I sort of haven't really shut down and rested completely, you know. Yeah, so that's just part of traveling in Asia, isn't it, you know? Watch out for the cactus. You just got to sometimes push through, especially on trips like this. You know, I've only got like 9 nights here. It really works out really 8 days, you know, so you sort of don't want to miss it, you know. I'm over here with the kids, and so yeah. But anyway, that's all part of travel. And Lisa, my wife, she basically canned out for 24 hours. It might have been the best thing to do, because I think she's sort of come good, you know. She's even struggling a bit still, but yeah. But anyway, that's part of it. I'm usually pretty good with getting crook and that. I don't, not too bad overseas. I think your body gets used to it with all the bugs, but something sort of got me a bit this time. Usually I eat at all the cheap places. Been to the 3-star Nomadic, stay at all the cheap places. This time I've stayed at the 5-star joints and eaten at the better restaurants. I got crook. So there you go. So yeah, I'm just I mean, I used to live over here 35 years ago, so I sometimes see areas where I think I might recognize. Hey buddy, how are you? Good man, good. And yeah, I think that could have been a place there that Jono, my dad, and I used to stay at occasionally, and yeah, it's basically been redone if it is, but it just looks like it's on the corner that I recall. But yeah, everything changes so much here. It's unreal. So anyway, but just give you an idea of when you are wandering around the streets which are running parallel, this is the sort of thing you're going to get. Now here's another place where you can come and watch the footy, Bali Aussie. And they'll have the footy matches on up through here. You have the signs out there, who's playing. And not a bad place to watch the footy on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday or Sunday, as it goes these days. Got one here called Fat Buddha. I just get the feeling it's been around forever. I can recall the name. For years and years. Looks like we've got accommodation out the back now. But you can get your souvlakis. So you get to a little corner here. If you're on a bike, you probably have to go that way and go around a bit, but in saying that, people probably use this road, which they're not supposed to, because that's the way it goes in Bali. Also tattoo shops, guys. I don't know anything about any of those, so I'm not recommending that one there, but they're everywhere. This is a pretty cool big hotel too, one of the old classics. Coffee bar, you can get a haircut, and yeah, but tattoo shops everywhere, so I don't know what they're like. I suppose you just have to ask people which have got them done. But yeah, if you're into your tats, and I'm assuming everyone seems to get them done, so I'm assuming that prices are pretty good. Obviously, as it's been well known in years for Bali, the little massage spas everywhere, and you might find the odd bintang singlet around as well now and then. Yeah, so they've got some really cool hotels. Probably because we're not far away from the beach. Some of them will actually go from here 500 metres all the way to the beach. Some of them don't. But yeah, just got a cool little vibe there with the beautiful garden. We're in the middle of a really built-up area, and all of a sudden you get these hotels that just create this magnificent oasis. You'd think you're in the middle of Ubud or something. But this little walkthrough is actually really nice. If you're into your shopping, come a little bit later. But if you just sort of want to have a look at what's along here, well then an early walk, because it's a hell of a lot cooler. That access there, as you would assume, will take you straight through to the beach. So that's pretty handy in actual fact. And then you get the nice but smaller ones along here as well. It sort of seems like this area is, it's dominated, I would say, from Australians still. So everywhere everywhere you look, you see the footy on TVs and that, and then they've got the major bars which are there for footy. But yeah, so still heaps of Aussies out and about. Probably the same in Kuta. As we know, Kuta's quietened down a little bit, but yeah, so logistics on maybe money. More and more now when I travel, I just get money out of the ATM wherever I am. Anything can have you can have a drama with anyway, but I tend to do that. I find it works out for the amount of time that I travel, which is not all year at all. It seems to be not a bad option for me, and it's just convenient. So but here it's money changes everywhere. You just really got to watch them. Even then, if I'm staying at a hotel, which I know I've got a bit of trust in, I'll sometimes cop a lower rate and just change money, cash there. But generally, ATM, I always have Australian cash in my pocket, just as a backup. I always have a couple of credit cards, usually in different spots, one back at the hotel, one in my pocket. So if something goes down, well then I'm still got money somewhere. Yeah, so, but heaps of people bring cash over. It is your best rate, but I think some people get a little bit overexcited about getting the best rate, and I think you should look at maybe not worrying about getting exactly the best rate, but what's going to be the safest way that you do get what you ask for. So anyway, we're back on what I call 66 Road. I think it's another name, but it's known a little bit as 66 Road because it takes you down to 66. 5-star hotel now. Years ago was a big nightclub, so that's where the road got famous. Is they go down 66 Road and they'd take you down here, and right in all of this area was a big nightclub over here. It's now full of 5-star hotels. In saying that, nothing's easy. I've just gone into 2 ATMs and I can't get money out, so, but generally there's enough around. No thanks, mate. Generally there's enough around, so we'll try a money changer anyway. We'll try $100 and see what we can do. Hey bud, how are you? I'm good, mate. And we'll try this. So there you go, guys. Did it here. I cashed 100. They gave me the correct rate. So this one here, authorised joint. If you want to get somewhere, they were completely honest to me anyway, and it's called Honest Money Change. The guy was really good. Thumbs up. So if you're trying to find that, you look for that statue at the end of 66 Road, down near the beach, and you can find his little place just here. Of course, just around the corner there is another ATM, but they do sometimes run out of money a fair bit, and you just got to keep trying. But that's where it's good traveling, having a few different options. So if for some reason you can't get it out of the ATM or your card's been shut off, you got that cash in your pocket and you just go in and you're sorted. So I hope you enjoyed the little cruise around. Dino 3-star nomadic, we'll catch you down the track. We're home.